You are all welcome. This is another time out with Fumi Akingbade. My name is Fumi Akingbade, the columnist of Sex and Sexuality, Saturday Punch newspaper, and also your one and only bedroom instructor. You're all welcome. It's an awesome time. It's a glorious time. This is another day the Lord hath made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I'm so grateful I'm alive today, and I'm sure you guys are also grateful you are alive. We're going to go straight to other questions that we have for today. We've been trashing some question on this. We've been trashing some question on this. On this um on this page, and we've been actually looking at questions that are asked during the time that are asked in the column, and most of the questions that we are unable to actually trash out, we've been trashing them out on this platform. We call it Pillow Talk Show, and this is actually the second one. I mean, the seventh or the eighth one coming. Please, I will appreciate if you do not call me now, because if you call now, it's going to interrupt the section. So I just need us to be attentive and kindly call me when we are done, only on WhatsApp with +234 80 345 405 94, +234 80 345 405 94. You can go to all the media stuff, my page, the WhatsApp, the this and the that. Even if you can go to my husband page. You can always get me anywhere. So we're going to go to today's question, and I have this here by a man, like we normally repackage name. I call this man Playboy Henry. He said, "Hello, Fumi Akingbade. I have some spots on I have spots on my penis. There are some really tiny ones on the tip of my penis, and other spots that look like a pimple aching on the other part of the penis and the structure. What are these spots? Sometimes I feel pain and some biting sensation on the tip and also on the shaft of my penis. Please, can you tell me what this is all about?" Now, let me read the answer I gave so that we'll go. If there's a need to add to it, I will add to it. First and foremost, let me say this before I read the reply I gave to Playboy Henry. When you notice you have spots on your penis, the immediately you notice it, I will adjure you in the name of the Lord to quickly go to the doctor, go to the hospital, get yourself tested out. There's a possibility of sexual transmitted diseases, especially if you are the one that plays around. Maybe that's the reason why I gave him the Playboy. Even if it looked like a wat, some people will say the thing grew up with me. You know, some wat that grows on the skin. Even if you notice it on the skin of your penis, still go for some tests. Let them discover that it's just a natural wat. And if it's a natural wat, it could stay there. You explain to your girlfriend, or if you want to chop it off, it could just be burnt off. Actually, in the hospital, what they do, there's something like this Christmas hibiscus Christmas lights, that tiny thing like a broomstick thing, that they just light it up, and they burnt up this wat, and that's it. It doesn't grow up, and that's a natural one. Anything outside that, when you notice some spots, even normal heat rash, if after a week the heat rash keep on coming back, I will plead with you to please go to the hospital, get yourself tested out. Now, these two types of spots are very common and not serious. Now, the spot with Playboy Henry is this. On the shaft of the penis and the scrotum, there are a lot of spots. But on the tip of the penis, there are some spots that are like a cluster of it. But on the shaft, the spots you notice are like achings or pimples. And I said, yeah, these two types of spots are very common and not serious. First of all, they are not really spots on the tip of your penis, but a natural secretion of sebaceous gland, which can have a bad smell, especially when you are the one that exhibits much of oil. You know, some of us are dry skin, some of us are oily skin, and some of us sweat through the palm of our hands, through the palm. You know, you smell, you sweat from your nose, this and that. You sweat almost everywhere. There are various types of skin. Now, this one has this type of skin that, it is the tip of his penis has a cluster of sebaceous gland bringing out sebaceous oil, but in a solidified manner. Now, which can have a bad smell. It is important to pull back the foreskin from the gland and watch it every day. Now, from the answer, it seems this man may not be circumcised. If you are not circumcised, it's a personal choice. It's okay. But I want you to know that when you are not circumcised, there's a possibility of this. But even when you are circumcised and you have the foreskin folds, folding, lapping down, you need to, when you're having a shower, you need to pull it down, pull the skin down, and wash the ring of the foreskin of the penis. It's very important, because if you are oily skinned, there's a lot of sebaceous oil around you. It will solidify and it will just come like that, like a cluster, and you'll be wondering if they are STD spots. As for the penis and the scrotum, this small white spot under the skin are also sebaceous cysts. There's a gland, there's a cyst. A cyst is a little bit smaller than a gland. A gland produces through the duct. A cyst also produces through the duct, but the cysts are a little bit bigger when they produce more. But the gland are bigger, but they produce tinier when they get to the end. Now, there may be a little bit of cyst, but if you experience pain and biting sensation, you may likely have been infected with some type of sexual transmitted disease, which camouflage like a sebaceous gland, like overproduction of sebaceous gland. Whatever it is, if you're dry skin, wet skin, or oily skin, and it also appear in your penis, it must not give you a biting sensation. It should not give you a sensation of wanting to scratch. And if you have it rashes and you are now feeling that it's giving you a biting sensation, there's this heat of a thing that you scratch, but if after 1 week the heat rash does not go up, it goes and reappear, I need you to quickly visit the hospital. There might be a need for you to do a test to know if it's just one of those things, or if it's for you, if there's a need for you to get yourself treated for against sexual transmitted infection or sexual transmitted diseases. Now, there's another question from a woman. He said, my husband tells me he often think about sex during the day, but I never did. That's awesome. Let me finish our question, then I will say one or two things. My husband tells me he often think about sex during the day, but I never did. I don't think I'm a very sensual person. I like being close to my husband, and I almost never turn him down when he initiates sex. But truthfully, I'm never in the mood. Should I just accept the way I am, or is there something I can do to be sexier, or is there anything wrong with me? Now, let me read the answers, then we'll see how we go from there. Sometimes, for some couples, there's more to being sexual. There's more to be sexy than erotic daydream. Now, we are different. Man is different from a woman. The way men are packaged, sex is part of their thing. Think about sex, dream about sex, all those stuff is part of their thing. Then the way women are packaged is not that sex is not part of their thing, but the cultural influence on most of the women has diluted their sexual taste, their sexual preference, and hampered, not only hampered, sometimes eroded their sexual their sexual composition. It's just that. And culture has a very strong influence on all of us. We are all product of culture. The way you behave, the way you talk is your culture. And the culture of women from Africa setting, from Asia setting, the culture has so much eroded the sexual personality of a woman. So you live under the culture. Your sex life thrive under the culture you are. For instance, a woman is cultured not to think about sex. A woman is cultured not to present herself sexual or sexy, sort of. A woman is cultured not to make a first move on the bed. They say, you are a shower. They say, the man will think, you are a shower when you make a first move. A woman is being cultured that she shouldn't have sexual fantasy. A woman even has been cultured that she should be a sexual recipient. You only receive. The man give you instruction. This is what come. They call you, Mama Biageli, come in here. And Mama Biageli goes to the bedroom. Mama Biageli just lie down and spread your leg apart. Mama Biageli does that. And the man just come in, data out. And when he's done, Mama Biageli, get up now, go give me my meal. And Mama Biageli answered. That's the culture. Thank God the culture is changing and everything is changing. The culture made a woman to be seen and not to be heard on sex bed. And this affects when this has been rubbing into you, over the years, you just accept it. So that's the problem with this one. And when this woman got married, they've killed and overkilled. The culture has killed and overkilled. Maybe the lecture of the mother, the lecture of the father, or the siblings are killed and overkilled the sexual taste or sexual signal or sexual drive over the years. And now she's come. She will be a good wife, make the bed, make the food, take care of the meal, take care of the husband, this and that. But when it comes to sex, because the culture has killed it, they just dangle under the cultural influence. So what I tell women is this: discover your sexual makeup. From the beginning, God made us, both man and woman, with sexual taste, sexual organs, sexual instincts, and sexual preferences. That's the way God made us. When he made man, he put into him the penis, the scrotum, the sperm cell, the testes, the prostate, the testosterone, all those things, and it declared man to be good. It was a good sexual being as a man. Same thing goes to the woman. When God finished creating the woman, there was a breast, the nipple, the vulva, the vagina, the clitoris, the womb, the fallopian tube, the rugae of the rugae of the vagina, and the estrogen, the progesterone, the prolactin, and God said, good. Now, what triggers a man, or what makes a man to be aroused? Yes, let me tag you on. What triggers a man, what makes a man to be aroused is different from what triggers a woman and what makes a woman to be aroused. All those were, when at creation, they were inbuilt in us. So we were perfectly good sexual beings. It is a culture that has hampered, that has twisted and bastardized the sexual makeup of a woman. So the woman flow, it flows under the cultural influence. As sexual desire, sexual taste, sexual trigger, sexual whatever flows in and out of the culture where she is. So when you get to your matrimonial home, you don't feel sexy, you don't care. She said when the man asks, she will give sex. But for her to think of sex in the daytime, it's like, is there anything wrong with me? But okay, it's okay for a man to think of it. Nothing is wrong with the man. I need us to know that, number one, because I don't want to forget that. So for a wife to accept and enjoy her own sexual feeling in response to her husband advance is a wonderful expression of sexuality. So if you can rediscover yourself and let your husband or let yourself know that you are not a sexual tank, that they will just pour onto you and you stand up and go. You rediscover yourself sexually. You will help yourself, help your husband. Because the truth of the matter is this: when you don't satisfy that man, a lot of things are at stake. A typical man will still want to be satisfied any other ways. He want to be satisfied any other ways. He could, like, no, start having an extramarital affair, because the sexual instinct in man is God made. It's embedded in him. He needs that sexual appetite to be satisfied. I know there are some eunuch. I know there are some men who really don't care, who don't bother about it. There are. And there are some men that have maturely handled their sexual gratification, but a lot of other men fall under this category. They either go out somewhere to have a call girl or a side chick. Many of our men has a side chick by them. Also, sorry about that, and that's just bitter truth. That's number one. Some may go into pornography. Some may go into masturbation. Some may actually go into all the weird ways just to satisfy this. So I need us as wives to rediscover ourselves sexually, so that we'll be able to sexually satisfy our husband, not only because of ourselves, but because of the man and the marriage. When you discover yourself sexually, you will give in your best. You will ask it from some fantasy. Like many men want to see you express the fact that you enjoy them on bed. Not that you just stay there and, like, some people even doze off and sleep off for the sex. And the man like, whoa, what's this? And some complain and complain and complain until the man said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm not in for this. You just mess it up and I'm not interested. So I need us to know that. Now, developing a level of trust and safety in the context of sexual play is another thing. So I need us to also know that if your husband is being daydreaming, the question you should ask yourself, is it daydreaming about me or daydreaming about somebody else? So you should also let that one be something you trash out together. That's expressed in being naked and unashamed, wanting to give your body to your husband. Then also be able to, there are some inhibitions that we have to let go. Let it go. Be able to express yourself, being naked and ashamed, wanting to give your body to your husband. Even the simple act of touching your husband affectionately is a sexual behavior. Most of the time, when some of the women have touched, they say, leave me alone, no, don't touch me. Why are you saying that? It's your husband. I keep on telling married women, if you don't like sex, don't get married. Yeah, I know marriage is not all about sex, but if you don't like sex, don't get married. Because my question is, what do they do in marriage? Sex is a primary thing that they do in marriage. So I need us to know that. However, if you don't enjoy sex or are not usually getting into orgasm, your satisfaction, the satisfactory level or satisfaction level may increase by adding some sexual thoughts to yourself during the day. Think about your husband. Think about the next time you are going to be on bed. Think about some creative ideas you can have with him. Think about bringing newness into the sex bed. Think about leaving the bedroom, going elsewhere for sex. Although privacy must be ensured. I need us to look about that. Thinking about thinking about your most romantic and sexual exciting experience just before your husband come home can increase your level of responsibility or level of of sensitivity too. Think about something you did together that look wow, it spur you up. It gives that romantic feeling. Oh, my husband, I know. Think about them. Those are the things that help, and they are helping. Now, and I need us to know that then most husband wants to feel needed sexually. I keep on saying this to all our married women outside there. Don't think it is only you that needs to be, wine and wine and wine and wine and wine and wine before, oh, okay, okay, have your way. No, some husband also need to be triggered, need to be pampered. Pamper your husband on the sex bed. As in, like, let him know that, oh my God, nobody can do it this way. And you need to do that. You need to do that. Give him a reason why you were like, I have to go back home. Go back home to my wife. I need us to know that, because sometimes many women just think I should be the one that will be wine. You should do all the foreplay. And where are your earns? You should cooperate also in the foreplay. But you occasionally initiate sex. Initiation of sex can be rewarding in deepening your relationship and deepening your oneness. Do it as an act of the will, motivated by your desire to give love, motivated by your desire to, like, this marriage will work and will work best and will work better. Let me answer the last question, then we'll call it a day for today. Now, before I call it a day, a lot of people have been calling. Don't call when we are on. Send a WhatsApp message to me. Go to all my pages, my website. Even if you get to my husband's website, you will get everything about me there. Go to my page, my website, and everything. You will get every of our detail. And also, I need us to know that you can always call only on WhatsApp with +23480 345 I could be all over, anywhere part of the country or any outside the country. If you do not reach me on WhatsApp, you may not be able to reach me with a local call. So also like the page, we're always on from Monday to Saturday. Sometimes when I'm less busy on Sunday, I'm also on too. And just make sure you friend me or you follow the page, and also click it in so that when I'm on, you'll just be connected. I just want us to know that. So let me answer this last question. We'll call it a day for today. My husband and I have a 1-year-old son and 4 months. My husband has no interest in sex any longer. I am always the initiator. Whoa, this is the other way around, which I love though. And he turns me down with excuses about being tired or having financial worries. I wonder what it would be like to be married to someone who made me feel wanted and beautiful. What do you suggest? There are many loaded on asked questions under this question, but let me read the answer to him. You are all welcome. I'm waving to you guys back. There are a lot of reasons a husband might lose interest in sex. Fatigue and financial worries are legitimate causes for many men, but you seems to connect his disinterest with the birth of your baby. Pregnancy and delivery of a baby cause more than just abdominal stretch mark and postpartum depression for the mother. New dads get their own set of psychological stretch marks in their heart that can make sex less appealing. For instance, I tell many women, if your husband cannot stand the birth of a child, don't let him come in. I know he loves you, I know you love him, but I have seen a case that we battled for years. When the man saw the head of the baby gushing out from the vagina of the wife, he just, he just went off. And every time they want to have sex, the moment he gets aroused, the moment he gets to entry point of, he just go libido. He goes banana, and that is it. He just goes banana, and over, it's been like that. And when he was questioned, he said the thought of baby heads coming out of the vagina just disrupts his psychic. And that has been it. So we have to, excuse me, we have to do a repackaging, a total mindset repackaging, and this and that. So if your husband can stand some of these things, some of this side, yes, it's called a man, but men may not be strong like that to adjust to something. So if you notice is that, just say, you know what, don't worry, when I bring out the baby, I will show you. But some men tumble for that, they can, stand anything. A father often reacts also to the invasion of his space by a competitor, because the moment we have a baby, all our attention, all our love, all of our body goes to that baby. Suddenly, he doesn't have you all to himself. So it is, and I don't know why. Here he is the odd. Now here is this other little male child getting time at your breast. He doesn't have time to your breast. He doesn't have time to your body. The baby put new time constraint on both of you. Your focus of attention and affection may have shifted towards your son, and your husband knows that. And as a father, he's not supposed to feel jealous of his own baby, though. But subtle resentment can develop. It's funny, but it's happening. That is the truth of the matter. Another fact can be a husband unconscious, unconscious, how will I put it? Unconscious comparison of mother versus sexual playmates. They don't see you much as sexual playmates again. They see you as a typical mother or like their mother. And that one makes them to like, whoa, is this my mom or is this my girl? As a mother, you move onto a sort of sacred reverse pedestal outside the category of a woman who should be sexual. So sexual or sexually stimulating. You may have encouraged this attitude if you wanted to break from sexual play shortly after childbirth. I'm not saying if you have your baby today, go for sex tomorrow. But I'm saying 3 weeks maximum. Put yourself back again. Don't put on all those draggy old mother's night dress and make you look as grandma and only look like a woman that is breastfeeding, look like a woman that is doing all the ass joys and everything. I understand. I'm a mother, I'm a woman, I'm a wife. But I'm saying, look sexy. At least if it's gone all out, when it's coming, put something, look good. Because he's seen all sorts of sexy, everything outside there. Let's deceive ourselves. We are still in this planet Earth, and give it what it takes, at least to your own, to a level that you know you've done your best. I need us to know that. I will stop for today. We'll still continue the answers tomorrow on Monday. If I have the chance tomorrow, that will be a good one. But for now, I need us to know that I will be leaving. And my name is Tifumi Akingbade, your one and only bedroom instructor, and also on the presenter of Pillow Talk Show. If you want to give me a call on WhatsApp only, is +234. You want to ask any question, +234 80 345 40594. Like this page, share it, and also accept me, follow me. If my Facebook is filled, which I think so, follow me or friend me or just click it in. As soon as I'm on, you can be on also. And I'm also on YouTube. Go to my YouTube page and learn so much from the information that for now, I want you to know that Jesus is Lord and Jesus loves your marriage. He doesn't want your marriage to fail, and your marriage will not fail. For me, bye for now. Au revoir.